Stay in To MechWarriors and welcome back to another episode of Urban Warfare as we get into the campaigns of the Casper Kaisha. Last time, we got a lesson in hubris and the bad things that it can do. However, we were rewarded with a pair of Gauss rifles, which, well, we threw onto an Atlas because it's gonna be hilarious and I can't wait to actually use it. However, today, we're taking a brand new Flashpoint, Double Agent. The Capellan Confederation requires your assistance on a highly sensitive matter. Meet me at Flintoff, Commander. We'll discuss the details there. This will be a 2.5 skull Flashpoint, a short engagement length, no consecutive deployments. A rare item is up for grabs, but a tonnage requirement of light. Luckily for us, we set everything up, and we're going to be fighting against the Davians for the Capellans. So this ought to be interesting. Double Agent, High Orbit, Flintoff. Commander Ma, thank you for joining me. I wasn't certain you'd follow such a vague lead, but I'm genuinely pleased you did. Our curiosity has been piqued. Now, if you don't mind, we'd like to hear what you've brought us here for. I have a task for you. If you check the local market, you'll find a Turian contract to capture a Davian military installation on Flintoff's northern continent. I want you to take it. Why? What does that have to do with you? Everything. We want that facility as badly as the Turians do. Where we differ is in our understanding of subtlety. I want to accept Marisol Chaplin's contract and go through the motions of fulfilling it, but when the job is finished and the installation is in your hands, I want you to turn it over to me. In short, you're asking us to betray the Concordance trust. I'm glad to see that we are on the same page. As we both know, what I'm asking you to do will have consequences. Your reputation with the Turians will suffer for it, and your MRB rate score could be affected. Haslau is well prepared to compensate you for these inconveniences. Just want to get this straight. To you, the fallout from knifing the Turians in the back would qualify as an inconvenience. At the risk of sounding immodest, yes. The Turians are a big fish in a small backwater pond. The Capellan Confederation, on the other hand, is a successor state of the inner sphere. We have more to offer you than they do, by an order of magnitude. Choosing the Concordate's interests over ours would be a questionable decision at best. I suppose, yeah, you make a compelling argument, even though we're never actually going to get to the inner sphere because of the way the map works. I know I could count on you. You'll find the Turian contract waiting in Flintoff Mercenary Exchange. You'll know it when you see it. I will be in touch, Commander. Now, out. Okay. You know that this is a dangerous game, right, boss? I mean, we basically just agreed to screw over the two largest powers in the remote periphery. It's a power move, sure, but the kind that could have consequences down the road. Everything we do has a element of risk and yang. May as well lean into it. If you say so, but for the record, this big fish matters and the little guy gets screwed stuff is part of the reason I left the Confederation in the first place. The little guy in this scenario is the Turian Concordate Yang, and speaking on behalf of all Turians, I can tell you the Concordate does not need your charity. It can take its licks as well as any other power in the inner sphere. Now, let's get moving. The sooner we capture that base, the sooner we can hand it over to the Capellans. Okie dokie, so a light contract limit. Let's see what they're going to actually force me into. Or I wonder if the initial contract is going to be just totally open, do whatever the heck you want, and then they'll give me the limited light contract. Although there's no consecutive deployments, so that ought to be interesting. Yeah, so working for the Capellans is always a little bit weird, because half the time you end up wanting to betray the Capellans, because half the time the Capellans are doing some really shady stuff, and you kinda don't want to do anything for them, because they're not nice people. But hey, their money is as green as everybody else's, and we do believe that sea bills are green because the color of the bounty hunter's mech was green, and it was green like sea bills. So that is where we come up with the color of money. It's interesting the little things you can learn about the universe just by paying attention to things like painting guides. Although I've never actually read a BattleTech painting guide, that would be very interesting. Double Agent, let us rock and roll. There is a tonnage limit on this one. Of course we're going to take it for full ooh, but I'm kind of running low on cash. Nah, I can take an easy mission for this. The Federated Sons ain't gonna like us, which is why I'm glad I got my hiring done. Alright, so unfortunately we did lose peace in the last episode. It was bad, it was rough, and so we've recently brought on El Duce to sort of, well, replace him, or El Deuce, depending on how you want to pronounce it. So Papola is coming out, and luckily for us, she's not suffering under low spirits. We have a maximum of 75 tons with 240. So I believe, oh no, I need to wait another 5 days then, because I need my Orion. And then we'll bring in Orion. We'll find out. 2 days. Give me 2 days, and then we'll go on your contract. You're not going to believe it's Aisha Hadley. He wants to borrow Reach. I kind of need Reach. Sorry, but no. Like I need Reach. It's not negotiable here. He's kind of too important not to have at the moment. Because I'm currently sitting on top of a contract. It really sucks we had to give that up, though. Oh, that would have been cool. I mean, I'd totally help her. I liked her. I thought she was fun. Let's go take a double agent and give me all the salvage you can get. I mean, it's only 2.5 skulls. Do I really need any salvage out of this one? Just in case. Slide everybody down. If only it wasn't Reach. If it was anybody else except for Rangeable or Rita. If you could have taken Casper, that would have been fine. Let's be honest. Alright, Reach is going to get the Orion, which has been modified. Well, added to the group once again for maximum firepower. Give me a pair of hatchet men. You're going to get that one, and you can get this hatchet man. This leaves us with a bunch of tonnage, so we shouldn't have any trouble with that. Actually, can I throw in a catapult? I can totally throw in a catapult. Oh, throw in the Black Knight. 240 tons and 240 tons. So 2 hatchet men, the Black Knight, and the Orion for the really big cannon. I want to put the Black Knight under the command of Rangeable, because Rangeable has improved called shot. So yeah, let's rock and roll and see what sort of damage we can cause. Pomola, good luck in your new Hatchet Man 3X. With any luck, you won't die. It's a fairly nice Hatchet Man too, so it has lots of, killing it. Oh, should have given it to the other one. Because that particular Hatchet Man has a whole bunch of small lasers on top of that it can shoot into melee combat. It's quite effective and very cool, and not exactly something we're looking to, not be able to use. So we're going to go drop down on this base, working for the Turians, clearly. The Federated Sons have constructed a forward base in no man's land between their territory and ours on Flintoff's northern continent. We need you to eliminate the garrison and capture the base. We will remit payment to you when you've completed the job and secured the base. I don't know if the Turians were telling us that, or if it was Lady Marina. It's not really clear. Anyway, 2.5 skulls, 314 predator salvage, and 80,300 sea-bills. Perhaps I should have taken it for the money, because that would have been nearly 1 million sea-bills, which is really good. And I'm kind of low. I'm not really that low. I've only got a couple more things to buy on the Argo, and that'll be the last of the big money sinks. And even then, we've already gotten rid of all the major 2-multiple million sea-bill money sinks. Okay, Commander, I'm just outside the Davian's base's assumed sensor range. With any luck, you'll have a little breathing room to plan your approach before everything goes to hell. Thank you, Meyer. Commander, I'd recommend exercising caution in this deployment. If the facility is valuable enough to attract the attention of the Turians and the Cabellans, it's probably going to be well defended. Odds are good, but hey, heavier defenses mean better salvage, and we took it for salvage. Alrighty, then. That is my maximum sprint, apparently. Everybody sprint. So a word on our brand new Orion. As you can see, SRM4 ×3 and an AC-20, which allowed us to have maximum armor and pretty much mostly maximum weapons on this thing. So it is a fairly beefy mech. So hopefully it has the armor to be able to survive things. The AC-20+++, which has additional 20 damage and stability damage built into it. It's fairly interesting. AC-20, I'm quite happy about it. Hopefully that'll be a little bit more survivable than the last mech that we had in that slot, the Grasshopper, which just ate fire all the time. It was kind of painful. And by kind of, I mean it was incredibly painful. We have located the base. This is it. The forward base that our clients are so eager to take over. Doesn't look like much, does it? They usually don't. Still, I think the XO has the right idea. We don't know what they're going to bring online to defend this place. So we're going to find out shortly, though. Hopefully I will have all of my mechs in position by the time that they freak out about it. Maybe?
Affirmative.
I mean, I don't mind coming over here because I can leap on down. And there's a path down in this way. I just don't like stepping onto open territory. It makes me wonder that I'm about to die. Okay. Can you not get down there?
Waiting for orders.
No, you cannot. Okay, that's important to know. Because I've got to be able to get down there. Reach. We need to find the path down. It's getting somewhat important. You guys can brace. You can brace. You can follow him. So we figure out our way to get down there. Because I need these 2 mechs down there. The 2 hatchmen, they have jump jets, so I don't care. Oh, no. But I didn't do anything yet. I haven't activated it. Catch the base. Darn it. And I'm not even down the base yet. Oh. And the enemy's forming up over there. Okay, come over here. It sucks, but it's got to be done. Jump.
Firing jump jet.
Let's get our jump jets moving. He'll move over here. The Orion needs to come over here. So a bit of a waste of time. I was not anticipating them kicking off until after I had the base under my hands. But apparently that's not going to happen. So we do have hostile contact. It is a vehicle. It is a vehicle in the 80-ton range, so it's a demolisher. Interesting. Pomola, go step on the base. By go step on the base, I mean jump to step on this base, just in case. Bounce! I claim this base in the name of the MechWarriors of... Well, we're from the Draconis Godline, that's right. I put a big Drac symbol on every single one. You do have large lasers, but in order to shoot them, you'd have to be exposed in a very dangerous place, and I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to bounce you up here. We have identified multiple vehicles. We got a 60-tonner, a 35-tonner, a 60-tonner, and a 80-tonner. So we're looking at a demolisher, a carrier, and then either a really good pilot or a striker. Oh, that's not good on many levels. Sprint! We have to get over there. We have to get over there quickly. And the 60-tonner moved barely an inch, which just tells me it's a carrier even more. Gotta get my mechs all the way over here. Can't believe that we wasted so much time going over here. But it'll be okay. A sensor lock going down to the Black Knight. I need to get eyes on that thing so I can, you know, run up with my hatchet man and break it. Okay. Oh, phew. Alright. So you're probably a Mana Core. So that'll be LRM 10 or so, an SRM 6, PPC. It's not super dangerous. It's just irritating. Drop. We're gonna let them come to us. Mainly so once I can see them, I can step on them. And so I'd like rangeable to actually be able to get a line of sight on everybody. Oh, that's just not going to happen. Oh, this terrain is so terrible. Trying to get my mechs moving quickly. It's not happening. And more movement. 60-tonners. Laying down a sensor lock on the Black Knight, which kind of sucks because the Black Knight is supposed to not die. If I brace, you could come over around the corner and hurt me quite badly. Pomola! Here's my plan. You're going to fly like an eagle into the future. Unfortunately, if I do... Oh, Pomola's just not very good. 4 pips of evasion. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Bounce over here. I mean, I know what it is. Reserve. This could be either really painful or really useful. Really painful! Oh! Oh! That hurt. Okay, read out.
Yes, Commander.
You can't reach it unless you jump. For goodness sake. I mean, I'm gonna do it. Am I? Am I really? I'm not. I'm gonna walk up to it and shoot it. Or maybe I'll shoot somebody else. Wait, no. Somebody else has to do something. Crap. The Manticore. Right. To guarantee the hit, I have to move here? Only one tile? No, that can't be it. To guarantee the hit, we'll have to move here. I don't want a death from above. That would be moderately suicidal. Oh, no, it's not a Manticore. Is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. Demolisher? No. Shoot the Striker? Yeah, shoot the Striker. Better chance of getting a penetrating hit. I mean, if I drill well enough. No, not quite. We hit the frontal armor. The frontal armor is the best where it can be. And PPC incoming? Oh, no evasion on that. Really? Sensors impaired. And a head hit. Oh my god.
A medic.
I am recording this right on the heels of having lost my last pilot too. You know, lots of painful things that should not have happened. Yeah, you're gonna do that, and then you're gonna do that. And you're gonna hopefully kill a demolisher before anything too bad can happen. Okay, so that's a pair of AC-20s, which could be good AC-20s. I mean, we're a 2.5 skull mission technically. Pomola, I'd like to get you in here quickly. You can fly forward at great speed, and we shall. And we're going to target the... Oh, I was hoping to be able to target the Striker, but I'm not quite within range. Lob your fire over to the Manticore. Give him a little bit of love. So that way we can start working our way through bit by bit. Striker coming up forward, can of course shoot the Hatchman. I generated no evasion with that? Are you serious? The evasion rules in this game are so weird at times. Hi, we're coming for you. Give me precision strike with our 4 large lasers. Let's go drill. Fire! 1, 2, 3, 4. Please tell me it was all drilled inside. It was! And there goes the big Manticore. So I've taken out the big things, which is great. So don't have to worry about an AC-20. I am a little bit worried about this Hatchetman just because, you know, the one arm is now almost exploded. It took a pretty nasty hit. Luckily for us, it's not going to be consecutive deployments, so we should be able to kill it without too much trouble. And this mech is designed for much shorter range combat, so... It is designed to get up close and personal with you and then nail you in the face with AC-20s. It does it quite nicely, too. Go step on the Bulldog? Yeah, because it's just a striker. I mean, it sucks that Redoubt now has a head injury, because Redout's one of my best pilots. It's going to be 8 days for that injury, assuming we don't take another, which could happen. Pomola! Yes, get in cover, aim everything. You have lots of small lasers. This is going to be beautiful, right? In fact, I'm going to give you a precision strike just to make sure that it's beautiful. Because you are laserful in every single... Oh, we got a dropship incoming. Nobody stepped on a dropship, right? Okay, good. Good, good. We're very close. But nobody got squished. The base is ours, but we got a problem. The Argo's picking up an encrypted comm signal emanating from the structure. Judging by the length and of the frequency of the transmission, I think it's safe to say it's some sort of distress beacon. Well, that could complicate matters. The last thing we need is a Davian reinforcement lance swooping down on us before we can make the handoff. Dr. Murad, I need you to find a way to terminate the broadcast. Roger that, Exo. I'll get the team on it right away.
Mission successful.
Alright, so we're going to have a little bit of a problem. Unfortunately, my hatchet man is dented more than I want it to be, and my pilot is also dented more than I want it to be. I require both my pilot and my hatchet man not to be dented, otherwise bad things could happen. Alrighty, successful mission. Thank you very much. Ugh, 8 days. 8 days is the lowest you can get it down to. I know, because we've maximized things. Oh, none of the gear is good? Really? Oh. Okay, give me 2 AC-20s and a large laser. I mean, that's really the only thing that matters. How many PPCs I got? 22. Large lasers? 14. For some reason, PPCs are way more common than large lasers. I mean, I suppose it makes a lot of sense. PPCs are great weapon systems if you can only have one weapon, because your heatsinks can kind of handle it. But if you're looking to spam weapons, like we often do, you kind of want a lot of them. Although we do have a whole bunch of large lasers that are special types. I probably should go in and redo the Black Knight's armament. I'm just kind of secretly hoping that at some point I get an awesome or something, so that I can really make use of it. Yeah, if we have time between missions, we're going to chill for 8 more days. That way I can make sure that I have my best pilots. Double Agent 2, High Orbit, Flintoft. Well, I've got good news and bad news. The good news is my team managed to get the distress beacon deactivated, and our sensors haven't picked up any incoming dropships. So 3 cheers on that front. What's the bad news? You know how our clients have a bad habit of leaving really important details out of the mission briefing? Well, guess what? Just spit it out, Doc. The building we captured isn't a military outpost. It's a DMI holding facility. We just stole a secret prison from Davian military intelligence. And apparently both the Turians and the Capellans want whoever they've got locked away inside. Given the setup, I'm guessing they captured a TMI field agent. A Maskarovka agent would make sense too, but they're almost impossible to take alive. There's a prisoner, but she isn't Turian or Capellan. She's MIM, Konopian intelligence. What she's doing this far out in the Innisphere is beyond me. Looks like the DMI already has raked her over the coals. From what my people tell me, she's in no condition to talk. Good. We shouldn't be talking to her anyway. Whatever this agent poked her nose into is obviously well above our pay grade. Be that as it may, we still have a decision to make. This woman has already been interrogated, and if we hand her over to the Turians, she'll be in for more of the same. It'd be kinder to put a bullet in her head than give her over to House Lao. The Massakarovka's methods are barely indistinguishable from torture. I don't like either of those options, so why not come up with a better one? We should give her back to the Magistracy, send her home where she'll be in no danger of getting interrogated by anybody. It may even do some good for the Konopians to learn whatever she knows. Well, whatever we wind up doing, we're going to leave at least 2 major governments unhappy. 3 if we decide to hand her back to the Magistracy. What do you think, Mei Hui? Do we hand her over to the Capellans, the Turians, or do we help her get back home? Oh, come on. We're good guys. We've established that we're good guys. Neither of our clients were honest about what this job really was, and if they won't play straight with us, maybe the Canopians will. We're going to hand her back to House Centrella. which is the Magistracy of Canopus, where she came from. Sounds like a plan to me. I'll make contact with Anna Maria Centrella to arrange the handoff. And I'll keep a close eye on our sensors. This spy is a hot commodity, and just because we don't have any bad guys on screen yet, doesn't mean there aren't any on the way. So we have a few days to chill and just hang out, but there's going to be a base defense at the very least. Things are going to get a little bit ugly. Hey, I get to chill. Woohoo! Is there a weight limit on this? There is still a weight limit on this. Okay, bring me the barracks. I require the barracks. Not the barracks. Well, actually, maybe the barracks. Read out, how you doing? You're not quite there yet. You have nothing. You are leveling up quite nicely. Lovely. Give you an additional point of health so you don't die easily. That would be lovely. And then I need the mech bay. The mech bay was the original thing I wanted to check through, but I needed to check the barracks as well. And the main reason to check the mech bay, of course, is to repair the hatchment. Fix it. Take it a day. We're going to be waiting a week anyway. Well, a little bit longer than a week. We're also going to get the arcade done. That's lovely. So finish the arcade. Thank you. We can now go play video games. And let's go to engineering and set things up. We only have 2 left. It is the lounge and the improved library and the hydroponics garden. Hydroponics garden because it's the expensive one. And next up will be the lounge. We will be done very shortly. Another 35 days. And we will have the Argo completely patched up and ready to go. Okay, so chill out for another 6 days. Because we're doing fine. Jeez, and if I need to, I can sell like 18 mechs. It's starting to get kind of ridiculous, actually. Read out, I need you. Thank you. Alrighty, so let's go defend this poor person. Oh, it's a straight up battle. Oh, thank you. I love straight up battles. Unless I've got to fight like 4 of them in a row. I'd like the exact same lance blaze. Thank you, that's lovely. Unless I can have... No, it's 240, 75, which is fine. 2 Black Knight... Well, the Black Knight, the Orion, and 2 Hatchetmen. That seems to work out quite nicely in terms of what we got here. I would, of course, love to bring an Assault Mech, but I don't have any. Well, I can't. I have several Assault Mechs, I just can't bring them. I kind of think I need to swap that Catapult. Maybe bring out another Orion and use that instead. Basically a similar loadout. Give him a pair of LRM-20s and just let him go to town. That might actually be the solution to what I need to do. I have another Orion 1V sitting in storage at the moment. So it has missile hardpoints in the hands, and that allows it to have the additional accuracy buff, which should be quite nice. So I think I'll go ahead and do that as an extra backup in case I need a long range. We've received a message. The MIM operatives are on the way to reclaim their wounded agent. Be advised that our long-range sensors have detected Turian and Lao military dropships entering the AO near your position. To better protect our agent, we suggest that you engage them there, away from the facility. We'll supply you with reinforcements of our own as soon as we can. 94,700 Sea-Bills, 3 of 14 priority salvage, 2.5 Sea-Bills, 2.5 skulls. Get ready, my way. This is shaping up to be an interesting day. Yeah, we're working for the Canopians again. When was the last time? Apparently we haven't really worked for the Canopians very often, which seems to be a little bit odd. They're indifferent to us. We have a -4 reputation with them. So maybe this will help out. I mean, we've already made the Davians really happy with it. I mean, minus this attack. But I don't think the Davians are too broken up about it. I mean, sure, it's going to suck losing an MIM operative, but at the end of the day, the Davians aren't too close to the Capellans in terms of geography. Stellar geography? Astrography, that's the word. Alright, Commander, if our Canopian friends are to be believed, at least 2 groups of hostiles should be just ahead of you. They're just as likely to shoot at one another as they are to shoot at you, so I imagine the situation's about to get a little chaotic down there. I'll take chaos over concentrated fire any day. Plus, the Magistracy is supposed to have reinforcements en route to help us, so... Go team, I guess? That's the idea, Yang. Commander, you know how this goes. Meet up with our reinforcements, take out all the bad guys, and get to the evac zone. Sumi Ray will fetch you when the AO is clear. Heads up, Commander. Our Canopian reinforcements are touching down now. Anna Maria Centrella sends her regards, Commander Ma. Looks like you could use a hand out here. Roger that, Lance Leader. Good to have you on board. Okay, what'd they bring us? We've got a Locust, an Urban Mech, a Griffin, and is that a Grasshopper? A Grasshopper. They really didn't like this guy, did they? Well, this person, did they? Poor agent. We've got a Capellan dropship inbound, Commander. Things are about to get hairy down there. If I can get into cover in time, I'd like to. Otherwise, I'm just sitting out here in the open, and that feels moderately suicidal. Got an Urban Mech R60L if it's... Oh, if that thing had hit, it would have just torn the Locust apart. R60Ls are equipped with AC-20s. That's right, it's a 30-ton mech with an AC-20. Don't step in the danger zone. Don't step in the danger... Why would you do this? You're gonna get exploded. The AI is dumb sometimes. Sometimes? A lot of times. Oh, oh no, it's an objective. It's a secondary objective. Our only goal is to kill the Andarian Lance. Lovely. Or maybe I should get like a 40. Maybe I should get a trebuchet. Or like take that hatchet man and give it LRMs. It really doesn't have the weight for that. It just does not have the weight for that at all. Okay, I need to get out of this this terrible, terrible area. Where's the nearest cover? Unfortunately, it's far away. So we're just gonna have to move in close so we can use our AC-20 fists. Brace! We're just gonna have to move as fast as we can. And the Griffin. Gonna open fire and kill it, kill it, kill it. Not quite. How much is left? Oh, barely anything is left on the arm. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to really, like, influence the battle over there. Oh, I do? Oh, yeah, this mech has large lasers. Fire! Large laser fire support. It's a fire support hatchetman. Oh, we built it quite nicely. I mean, the other alternative, the original hatchetman has an AC-10 on it, which is a lot of firepower. Oh, don't stomp on me. Oh, he might be dead. He is 1 health away from being dead. I don't think I have anything that I can support. And there goes his left arm. That's completely to be expected. It's a Locust. Locusts do not survive. He's not going to survive the drop, so there is that. Rangeable. Yeah, Rangeable can't see anything. Rangeable is just going to have to run as fast as he can. Maybe he can provide a little bit of shoot me instead. And then, of course, Reach, who is not in his normal ride, but in a much small... Well, yeah, much smaller. It's 15 tons lighter. And... Smush, I assume? No, they're just there. The Capella dropship I told you about has set mechs down. They're moving in on your position with purpose. Okay, it looks like we've got a trebuchet, a Centurion, what were you? Your Shadowhawk, and of course, another urban mech. What's with all the urban mechs here? Locust pilot scouting, doing his job. Unfortunately, he stopped on, you know, rough terrain because he's a genius. He's a tactical genius. Oh, but it looks like they're engaging each other. Lovely. If we don't get involved, maybe they'll kill each other. I mean, that would be ideal as it happens. The R90 is sprinting and then did not move. So there's that. And then our urban mech has engaged their urban mech, and our urban mech has done a little bit better job. So has managed to destroy it entirely, which is sort of good. This is gonna be weird. Like, they got the Turians up there. Oh, good shooting. So that Shadowhawk is now badly exposed, right? Was that an arm or a torso? Oh, it was a torso. Good, good, good. Good. Alright, time for us to get involved. Readout. No, not readout. Pomola. Jumping time. We could jump on top of the urban mech. I don't quite see the use in that, but what I can do is expose myself to a lot of incoming fire. Oh god. I mean, there's just a lot of fire that's about to go around. Yeah, I think I jumped for my full. Fly! And what I'm gonna do... tear off that torso, please. Please? No, that's not gonna do it. Oh, one more hit would have done it with a small laser. Unfortunately, we flipped a coin. It didn't go our way. Their Griffin is gonna jump, and he's gonna open fire at point-blank range because he's an idiot. This particular Griffin has no close-range weaponry. It's designed entirely as a long-range fire support skirmisher, and the fact that he moved into melee range with an urban mech to fire PPCs at it is really dumb. I mean, someday snub-nosed PPCs will become a thing, but that is not today. Trebuchet taking fire, lovely. Love to see trebuchets taking fire so I don't have to worry about them. There's so many factions going around that there's just mechs all over the place. I think I want to jump. I do. Not sprint, but jump. Fly. Soar, my friends. And can I move very slightly? That's what I wanted. That's even... Oh, it's not quite good enough. That will have to do. So bounce up here. That way I can attack the side of the Shadowhawk. Because I want to tear off that torso, but I don't think I did. Okay, lovely. So we took out a medium laser on his LRM. He still has his AC-5. It's in the other shoulder. It's one of the few mechs that's not right-side biased. So that works out well for him in this circumstance. Trebuchet going to move up close and personal, which is great because trebuchets are not the kind of mechs you want to engage in close. I kind of don't want to kill too many people because I'd like these guys to have to fight. 65-tonner and a 50... Yeah, I know how they built this mission. They deliberately set it up so it's screw you if you just went in and killed everybody you could get close to. However, I am going to target a trebuchet because the trebuchet is way too dangerous to keep alive. Fire! You missed a 75%. You're disappointing me on many levels. Well, in any event, it's a fairly nice mech. The Orion, I think we've built quite nicely. I was able to use SRM-4s instead of SRM-6s because all of the SRM-4s were +4 damage, which basically gave him SRM-6s on all his torsos. I didn't have enough SRM-6s to sort of fill that role and out-damage it. So it's a fairly interesting and deadly combination, if I do say so myself. And I have... Move over here. Go target that guy off in the distance. I want to start spreading the damage out. These guys better start fighting each other before they fight me. So we're going to hang into the water and probably try and pull back a little bit more as we move back up to the top of Chaos Confusion. Double Agent is probably not the way I would have named this mission. Utter Insanity comes to mind. Oh, taking shots to the back. This Shadowhawk having a bit of trouble on this one. And the Urban Mech R60L, his AC-20 is deadly, and ooh, tore the leg off the R90. So the Urban Mech's dueling it out, and this Urban Mech, our friendly, not friendly, it's a Capellan Urban Mech, is not having a good day at all. Now our friendly Urban Mech shifting over R90 fire PPC, hitting the Thunderbolt. Ooh, doing a good job. Nice job dishing out sensors impaired already. So we are sort of just whirling mad melee. See, this is great. I love the fact that there's so many mechs operating on screen at the same time. They're all doing crazy stuff. This is why we need 2 lances, HBS. Come on, you know it. Oh, this is pretty interesting to me. I don't mind the fact that the turn's taking so long because it's weird and chaotic, and Urban Mech is just punched a hatchet, man. I'm on board with this. I don't know about you. He fired a small laser, did get a hit, so our Hatchet Man's a little bit dented, but that's okay, because our Hatchet Man's up. Now, readout? No, I want Pomola. And Pomola's going to come around and beat the ever-loving crap out of somebody, namely the Trebuchet. Why? Because I fear Trebuchets, and I don't want to have to deal with it. Come around over here, and axe. There goes his leg, so we don't even have to worry about him being able to stand up or not. Small lasers to the chest. Come on. Blow it apart, blow it apart, blow it apart. Not quite. I was hoping to, tear it off. That way he doesn't have most of his close-range weapon. He's got 2 medium lasers on his right arm, and then he's got the LRM-15 in his torso. If we blow that apart, then he's got most of his short-range weapons completely dished out. Griffin gonna hop, doing the long-range thing, as Griffins are supposed to do. A little bit surprised he didn't fire his LRMs. He's got an LRM 10-pack on his shoulder, too. And then the Centurion wading into battle. He's gonna shoot me. Yes, you're going to shoot Pomola blasting into the side of us. It is an energy version, so not quite as deadly, in my opinion, as the raw damage Centurion. Readout, it's time to get involved. I think I want to go after the Centurion. Yes. Now, why am I going for the Centurion? Oh, the Centurion's in the way. AC-10, well, AC-20 hit. Good shooting. Open up his torso. Not bad at all. So we hit with our AC-20 point-blank range of his. Grasshopper moving over to the side. Who's it going to go for? It's going to go for the Shadowhawk, see if it can't cause a little bit of havoc. And it kind of has. Oh, Shadowhawk has 40 health. 40 structure points left in that center torso. Very weak. Thunderbolt rolling on forward. It wants the Locust, and it cannot hit it. The Locust too maneuverable. The Canopian Locust is just gone. Also blending in with the Forest. Canopian colors, of course, being green. So it's loud. So there may be a little bit of friendly fire. Trebuchet going to stand up. He still has all of his weapons at his disposal. Point-blank range LRMs may not do all that great, but the 3 medium lasers he has could hurt a lot. Oh, he decided to go for it. He knew that his days are numbered. Pomola's Hatchet Man starting to spread damage all over the mech. Having a little bit of difficulty with that one, but still running range bolt. Time to get on in there, and we know who we're going for. It's the Thunderbolt. It's gotta be the Thunderbolt. Let's lay in a target and open fire. Drill, baby, drill. Come on, go for it. Well, that leg took quite a bit of a drilling on there, so -1 evasion. Doesn't really matter for us. The rest of the force, however, might be able to do something with that. Shadowhawk opening fire. Oh, Pomola seems to have attracted a lot of negative attention. Not super happy about that. Gonna have to do something about that in relatively short order. Reach, if you don't mind doing something about that in relatively now order. He's gonna come on around. We do, of course, have Precision Strike available. He does have a nearly 20% chance for a headshot. And he did not hit it, but he did tear off half of the mech and open up the rest of it. So he is making some progress. Unfortunately, Reach has been on a little bit of a cool streak recently. He hasn't been able to pull off that amazing multi-headshots in a row. And in fact, probably sacrificed an entire Gauss rifle because he wasn't able to pull that off in a previous attempt. Some fire coming in, managing to damage the Centurion even more. There can't be a whole heck of a lot of health left in that center torso for him. Enemy Urban Mech, the R60L, big cannon, and gone is the Locust. We're taking losses out of it. At this rate, we may not be around to help you much longer. Copy that, Launch Leader. We'll do our best to keep you covered. We are trying, but it's a Locust. Come on. The Locust got hit by an AC-20 shell. It no longer exists. Wow, Urban Mech backing up. It has a PPC. What's it going to do? Is it going to go for Pomola? It is. Nailing it right on the leg. Has opened it up quite badly. We got to get this mech on the roll and fast before we start losing important pieces of equipment off this thing. So this will be our first move when it finally comes around to us. Allied turn to the Canopians. The friendly PPC. Irby laying it down and managing to hit a couple of good shots. Did not tear apart the Centurion, unfortunately. Would have been very lucky if it had. Enemy phase is still up. They've got a Shadowhawk. Still going for Pomola? No, aiming for the Shadowhawk. Are they going to be able to kill it in time? Doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of health left. Comes up back to the forces of House Lao once more. And nailing Pomola even worse. Oh, this mech, its days are starting to become numbered. Its hatchet is almost gone. Pomola, it's time to get you on a roll. And what we're going to do, I could backtank. Backtanking would work as an opportunistic strategy. I have 55 armor in back. And everybody else has moved, except for the Trebuchet. Do we go for the Trebuchet knowing that this mech will not survive? I think we can't. I think that would be suicidal. And we're not. Jump! We shall utilize our superior maneuverability and flip on around. High speed, lowest of drags, and a little bit of vigilance on top of that. No, we will trust the capabilities of the pilot. She can handle it. We know she can. Fire on the Centurion! So blasting inside of the Centurion has removed it finally. That's 25% of the Turian battle lance, 25% of the Lao battle lance, and one of the Canopian battle lance is taken out already. The Griffin on the roll. He's got long-range weaponry, and he has several targets. Going for the Urban Mech, managing to miss it entirely. He hasn't used his missiles at all this battle, which I think may be a bit of a mistake. It's much cooler than his PPC to use them. Trebuchet rolling on along. He's going to take a target. He's going to go for the Redoubt's Hatcherman. He understands how deadly these melee mechs can be. Redoubt's Hatcherman taking the damage like a champ, though. It has multiple targets now. It could go for... Ooh, it could go for many things now. Urban Mech R60 with a PPC. No, we're going to go for that Trebuchet with the potential of the heavy weapons that it can dish out. Come in here, close. Surprise, buddy. And hard hit to that torso. Open up multiple times, setting off the LRM ammunition, tearing apart half of the mech once again. So he has lost one of his long-range weapons as well as one of his medium lasers, but he still maintains the bulk of his firepower. Grasshopper moving up close and personal, going to lay into the Urban Mech R60L. He wants to remove the AC-20 from the scene, and who can blame him? Turians are up now. Their own Thunderbolt rolling on forward, opening fire on the Hatchman. They're just trying to gang up on anybody that they can track as being a primary target. Armor amazingly holding up on Redoubt's Hatcherman. Only 5 pips of armor left on his shoulder. Spreading the love, hitting the Grasshopper as well. However, we're probably going to have to get involved very shortly to make sure that nobody actually dies. Because if we don't take care of that R60L right now, nobody's going to be able to take care of it. Or I could tear up... Oh, Thunderbolt. No, it's the R60L. It's too much firepower, too much damage. And so, Range Bolt's Black Knight... Actually, no, Range Bolt's Black Knight shouldn't. I've already moved him, though, so we're already committed to the action. Yeah, so you know what? We're going to drill, baby drill. Give me this, give me his shoulder, and rip him apart. All we got to do is take that IC-20 away from him, and we have drilling right through the center of that mech. We no longer have to deal with his Urban Mech. There is only 2 Urban Mechs left. The Lao Urban Mech, as well as the Capellan Urban Mech. Reach is going to roll on into the fight here. He will not be deterred. He has a shot on a Shadowhawk off in the distance. Really? I mean, I kind of gotta take it. Go for the head. Did not take out the head, but his center torso has been opened. Well, he hit his heads multiple times with SRMs, lost his evasion, and is now opened up quite nicely. Up to the Canopians. They have their R90 Urban Mech PPC going down onto the Trebuchet and causing quite a bit of damage on that one. Sensors impaired make him less accurate more and more. Just a little more pressure will make it so he's going to have to fall over. The lowest R90 gonna open fire on the Hatchetman, continuing. Did not hit with the PPC, but the rest of the lasers did have a good follow-up, and the hatchet is exposed on Redoubt's Hatchetman. Coming around back to Readout. He's available, he's a deadly, and he's a gonna go. And you know what? Do we vigilance? We do. We're going to attempt to keep the Hatchman aggressive and forward, so it's going to stand still, vigilance, and swing the axe. And here it comes. Opening up, but tearing off both legs. The Trebuchet is down. Now it comes up to the Capellan Confederation. They're going to... Oh, Yeah, they're going to run their Griffin backing up a little bit. They've got heat problems. Opening fire on the Shadowhawk from behind and tearing the guts out of that one. And now the Shadowhawk's down on the ground and nothing to worry about. 75% of the Lao Battle Lance is gone and out of the fight with only their little urban mech remaining. Now we do have to be a little bit careful when operating using Pomola, as Pomola is almost dead. And in fact, Pomola is going to bide her time, being the clever pilot that she is, not jumping into the fray immediately. Grasshopper moving up against the Thunderbolt, gonna smash him in the arm with his melee weapons. No support weapons to follow up alongside that one. The Shadowhawk finally on the move. His center torso is open, but he's gonna engage, nailing the Grasshopper from behind. Barely penetrating the armor on one of the shoulders, which puts Reach up forward and in position to do some good work, or it could be Range Bowl. And you know what? I think Range Bowl is going to eliminate the last of the Laoist Lance. Because he can. We've seen how deadly his large lasers can be, and he'll step out onto the land where he has less chance of dying. Putting the fire through and doing a good job of cutting through most of that armor. The leg is gone, so that Urban Mech is now just standing on one leg with barely any weapons left. Hatchetman about to take some large laser fire. Hopefully it doesn't tear off the arm, but there goes the shoulder. Oof, Readout's Hatchetman has been disarmed and is going to fall over. Redoubt, unfortunately, is going to be taking an injury off of this one. Once again, the pilot cannot catch a break on this one. So now it comes down to Reach. Reach was kind of hoping to steal a kill. In fact, that's what we're more or less working towards. If I can just cause enough damage, I can get a kill and maybe unlock a chance for a headshot. We are going to cook with this one. Do we cook? Absolutely not. This mech is already almost in pieces. Opening fire with every other weapon that we can. And just barely not enough. We're going to ignore the Laoist then. At this point, we need to get a little bit more firepower going down on that Thunderbolt. And we shall provide. Long-range AC-20 fire, tearing off an arm, took out both machine guns and ripping open some more armor, as those SRM-4s are exceedingly effective. Thunderbolt's been made unsteady. If enough damage comes his way before his round's up, he's going to find himself on the ground. Canopian is going to shoot at the other Urban Mech. Unfortunately missed, almost hit Reach with that PPC. Canopian's Urban Mech has been fairly effective this entire battle, although clearly not insanely decisive. Pomola taking a little bit more damage. Not much left of this Hatchetman, unfortunately. It is struggling to keep things rolling forward, although it will be able to take out the last Urban Mech. Ooh, it could do it. But doing so will definitely put it in an incredibly dangerous position. We need to protect our left side, our right side, so we need to swing over in this direction, prevent as much as the left side of the mech as possible to hopefully guard and shield as we be super effective. The Laoist Lance has been completely eliminated. The only thing left is the two Turian battle mechs, a Shadowhawk with a cherry red torso and a Thunderbolt, which has taken some light fire, but none of it's been concentrated, although it has lost a pair of machine guns so far. The Canopians are up, the Griffin backing up. It's already a cooking, firing at the Thunderbolt from behind and nailing it, damaging the armor quite nicely, but not pushing it over the edge. Shadowhawk's on the roll. It's going to open fire at the Hatchetman and getting a good hit on the ground, damaged, but the armor holding for the important vital areas of the mech. Readout's going to be able to stand up on this one and start to get on the roll. It looks like if Readout could get a lucky shot, possibly. Ooh, potential. There is potential here. Readout has the potential of doing 80 damage, but unfortunately his target is in cover. And so we're going to see if we can't focus down. Yeah, we're going to go for the shoulder, see if we can't disarm him. And I saw one big red hit. Unfortunately, it's not going to be quite enough. The Canopians, it's up to them to make the mech unsteady, and a punch coming his way, hitting him dead center in the back of the mech, and that's a knockdown. The Thunderbolt will not be able to act before the rest of the heavy mechs from the Casper Kaisha. And now here comes Reach. He's looking for blood at this point. He's got a target in mind, and it's going to be a free attempt for a headshot. 16%. Did not hit the headshot, but the rest of the follow-up was quite deadly. LRM ammunition explosion, and the pilot is gone. Range Bowl's the last one up. He has a single target. The only thing remaining on the field, a single Shadowhawk. Will he be able to survive the impending doom? We're going to go for headshots because he's got 4 chances, and there it goes. Decapitation! And the Shadowhawk is down, finishing off the last of the enemy. Well done, Commander. MIM operatives have already medevaced their incapacitated colleague away from the DMI interrogation facility. On a personal level, thank you for reaching out to us. The safe recovery of our agent is supremely important to us, and the information she's gathered could give us a decisive edge in future military engagements. We're happy we could help, Lady Centrella. It was the right thing to do. Yes, it was, and I thank you. Return to orbit and we'll discuss the matter of your payment. Anna Maria Centrella, out.
Mission successful.
So, a little bit of a dent on the hatchet man, but other than that, all things not terrible in the mad melee that happened. That was 4 factions fighting at the same time. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it quite a bit. See, that's the best of what Flashpoints can do. Just totally crazy circumstances. Took an injury on readout, another 8 days that he's going to be out, and a lot of damage to both hatchetments, but they held up pretty good. Lost an arm mod, but I have a couple of replacements, though maybe not as powerful. And, you know, jump jets, but who cares? We've got a million small jump jets, so we're good with that one. Let's see what else we get. Oh, there's a lot of parts out there. Anything you want, pretty much. And R60L, just for the lulz. +2, and it's AC5, not very useful. Heat sinks, not very useful. So really it's just the parts that are going to be kind of useful. So let's go see what would be important to us, or at least interesting to us. The AL Centurion is actually fairly interesting, but I think I might just grab the Shadowhawk just to get another mech out of this, because we can sell it at the end of the day. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Shadowhawks, but they're worth a lot. We also picked up a large laser just for randomly, and a whole bunch of heat sinks, and a pair of smalls. So we will be able to replace our losses quite easily with that one. So that mission definitely went out fairly well. Not perfect, obviously. I mean, having to repair half of a hatchet man is never a great day. And 8 days on an injury, to be fair, we're not actually going to have to worry too much about that unless I try and take a couple of missions around here just to get our cash up a little bit. But other than that, not terrible. I'm quite happy with the way that things turned out. A wonderful day has happened. First of all, a mad melee, and mad melees are always a ton of fun, and I can't wait to see more. And, yeah. Good all around. We've done a good deed. Put that Shadowhawk into storage. We'll sell it perhaps at a later time. Double Agent 3, Harbert Flintoft. I've received word from my contacts in the Magistracy Intelligence Ministry. They've recovered their agent and are administrating appropriate aid. With any luck, she'll be back on our feet in a day or two, and we have you to thank for it. Seemed like the right thing to do, given the circumstances. You won't hear any argument from me, Commander. In fact, you demonstrated exceptional gallantry in recovering our agent. Magistrix Kyla Centrella herself extends her thanks. Of course, you deserve compensation for the risks you've taken on our behalf. Couldn't agree more. As a sign of our gratitude, I'm authorizing the transfer of a substantial payment from the MIM's treasury to your account. I suspect that you'll be most pleased. And with that, Commander, I bid you farewell. The Magistracy of Canopus appreciates your service, as do I. Until next time. Until then, already give me a loot box. Well, nobody getting tortured on our account. That's something at least. I've sent our apologies to the Turians and House Liao, but our reps aren't picking up. If I had to guess, I'd say they're a little upset with us right now. They'll get over it. Give it time. Let's hope. In the meantime, the best way to put a job behind us is to find ourselves another one. Back to your stations, people. We're getting out of here. Alrighty, let's see. Loot box time. Surprise mechanic. Oh yeah, not too terrible with the Federated Suns. Got a leg mod, useless. Another Battlemaster part, so we're at 2 of 3. So close to 1. And a fairly nice Lars laser. Okay, that's not too terrible. Another commando part. And the Magistracy of Canopus likes us quite nicely. As does the Capellan Federation, despite the fact that we totally screwed them all over in the end. I'll take what I can get. Alrighty, that's going to do it for today's episode. I've been Tarak. If you like what you've been seeing, hit the like button and subscribe. If you want to see a notification every time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment and I will see you all in the next episode.